All right, thank you for watching Chittarupa Yoga and Fitness. I'm Laura Wilson, a certified personal trainer. And today we're going to look at our push-up. Everybody's favorite exercise, I'm sure, at least in the classes I teach. I'm going to recommend that we have a couple of blocks handy. We're going to look at some form on our push-up today. So let's go ahead and place these blocks at the top edge of our mat. Now let's just begin with a little warm-up here. We never want to just jump right into this. So let's open and close our arms, maybe begin to clap front and back. And let's also take this to some pelvic tilts with a squeeze of our chest. Breathing through our mouth as we need. Now let's take hands behind our head, open the elbows, rest our head back, and just open everything up. So one thing about push-ups, a lot of people tend to take the push-ups out way wide. For the best care of our shoulders, we want to think about what's called Chaturanga in yoga. We want to shrug our shoulders together, but bring our elbows into our ribs. So the look that we are going for when we're low is about right here, but we don't want to drop the shoulders too low. That's why we've got the blocks. And I'm going to be demonstrating this on my knees, which is what I recommend to a lot of people, especially if you're new to this particular form of doing the push-up. Not the wide stance, but the shoulder careful stance, where we're in, shoulders and wrists lined up, elbows coming back to the ribs, but we always want to keep the shoulders higher than our elbows. So let's go ahead and come to our hands and knees. And we're going to start here with just another warm-up, everything lined up. So we start with shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, and let's just turn our elbow creases forward. Hopefully we've got the mobility there for this. And then we're going to press or lower down, pressing the elbows straight back. So let's just take it here for a moment. Get used to this. Now this may be all we want to do today to get used to how that feels. All right, it's going to feel different than you're used to. Think too about using these big muscles of the chest to assist the arms and shoulders. All right, we want to try to use those larger muscles that we have access to. All right, so just a few more here again, just a little warm up. Now let's take it back to a child's pose, stretching out our upper body here. So for this next one, let's come forward. I think I might turn these this way. So for most of us, the blocks put this way is going to keep us from going too low, which is really good for starting out. So let's place our hands just behind the blocks. And with our knees still underneath, let's go ahead and lower down and just find that place where our shoulders come. All right, we might not even touch. Let's see if we can go a little deeper here, all the way down to where the shoulders might or might not touch. All right. Yeah, I'm going to turn them back that way. But this is just a good guide, all right? Let's go ahead and stretch it out again in that child's pose. Now let's sit up for a moment, reach our hands back, and open up. So like I said, since this is probably new for most of us, let's stay on our knees today, just to focus on that form, all right? Now let's come back up. So let's come back to that position, making sure that our shoulders and wrists are lined up. And that's going to be a little wider than you think from this point of view. So just kind of check, make sure everything's lined up. We'll step back, off the mat. And then let's go ahead and find that plank right here. And just begin with some short dips. Elbows forward. Let's just start with an inch or two here. Get familiar with the move. Belly button lifting up to spine. And then as we go, we can begin to take it deeper. Never letting our shoulders come below the blocks, if they even get that low. All right, let's go ahead and come up, take it back again. sitting up. So if we're taking care of our shoulders in our plank, we want to keep the elbows in close to our ribs as we lower down. We want to incorporate the chest muscles into the push up. And we always want to keep the shoulders higher than the elbows. We also want to think too, kind of like in our squat, we start with our hips instead of our knees. When we begin our push-up, we don't want to lower the elbows first. We want to think about starting at the shoulders and then moving the elbows. And again, just taking this as far as you're comfortable going and building up strength as you go. So work on it a little bit today, a little bit the next day, a little bit the day after, all right? Let's stretch that out. And one more time, open up here. Taking a few deep breaths. And make sure to leave me some comments below the video. Let me know what you think, what kind of exercises you want to work on in the future. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And make sure if you're watching my videos regularly to subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. Let's release from here. Big breath. Let it go. One more big breath. And hopefully we found something new today.